Welcome to the Action Racing Series, the podcast, starring Kyle Barnes. And he's got this thing knocked out. He's our Action Racing Series token African American. Welcome, everybody. Here's Kyle.
Yes, sir, Tom. Thank you. I appreciate your introduction there. I'm excited tonight. We have one of our very own with us tonight. And tonight we would love to just highlight some of the things happening in action racing and chat a little bit more about some of the people that are a part of the series. And so, yeah, before we get started, I was just recovering from a little cold this week, so apologies if I sound a little, let's just say, more refined and manly when it comes to my voice. But either way, it'll keep up for this interview. And without further ado, tonight we're, I guess on the agenda tonight, I'd like to say we want to talk a little bit about Scott Erikson, one of our guests, one of our very own, that's a member of Action Racing Series, as well as some of the things happening in the series coming up, and then going to highlight some of the things happening in sim racing in general. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. Scott Erikson. I don't know if you're there, but how's it going tonight?
It's going well. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, absolutely. It's only a pleasure. So we actually just wrapped up tonight's race, Push Rods and Popcorn. That is one of our Thursday night events that we'd put up. And obviously we have Saturday nights, Monday nights, and Thursday nights. Which this season so far, which series has been one of the more stretching of your abilities so far?
This series itself has definitely been the Push Rods and Popcorn. The most growth I've had as a driver. It's very difficult, challenging, but rewarding at the same time.
Well, I can attest to that. I think I jumped into the series as well thinking, you know, these cars were very difficult and still are difficult to tame, but it's always fun. I think we had a good race right at the end there. I was falling asleep at the wheel almost, so to speak, just getting to that late race like slump, and managed to lock up a wheel and go off the track. And we were banging doors for almost 2 laps there, so that was fun. It was one of those things that makes it when the league racing a little bit more enticing to me, at least, because we have that we give each other the room to race and we have some fun on track.
I truly do enjoy those moments. Like you said, it's nice in a league setting to be able to feel like you can put yourself in a position that you maybe not want to in the official races. I really enjoy it.
As always, we are very grateful for Mr. Tom up in the booth there, highlighting everyone every week. So we're really thankful for you guys putting us up. And so I would like to pivot just a little bit here, Scott. Tell us a little bit more about how you got involved with action racing and what your sim racing journey began like.
Like a lot of people, started in video games. Gran Turismo. When the first PlayStation was out, it went that route. Of course, was immediately enthralled with it, and just couldn't wait for the future and what it held. I got into the PC gaming just in the past 3 years. I've got a coworker now, my boss, who's into PC gaming, and kind of had me start to explore the idea of possibly getting into it. Before that happened, I got Logitech wheel and was kind of doing the Assetto Corsa path at that point. Get into the PC shortly after, and then just started piecing together some gear. After racing with Assetto Corsa for a little while, it didn't have a lot to offer other than just the GT3 racing, which I really liked. But with what iRacing had as a platform, dipped my toes in and quickly realized that this was the platform to be on. From there, I started the journey of going through the ranks in license class for iRacing in the official races. And I think most people can attest to the official races can be hit or miss with the people that you encounter, and the different styles of racing that people will bring to the table. So it started to kind of get a sour taste to it. Started looking into league racing, and through another league that I had joined, it was like maybe weeks after I had joined it, was asked if I wanted to possibly join this new league, the Action Racing Series. And quickly did. Fellow racer Aaron Sayre was the one that made the suggestion, and jumped in with the Action Racing Series and started my journey. Glad to still be part of it.
Awesome. Well, appreciate the recap there. And Aaron is awesome. He raced with us tonight as well. We went around Winton Motor Raceway. And it's like in the description, it's like racing around your backyard with what is his backyard clothesline or something like that. And one of the Australian supercar drivers mentioned, and I was like, yeah, it literally is. It's like a marathon around your backyard. So yeah, but we're definitely going to have Aaron on in the future here too. I'm curious here as well. I want to know a little bit more about your setup. So you mentioned you got into PC gaming. What kind of a wheel pedal setup? I know you, from as far as I remember, you are also one of the triple monitor proponents in the league, and so I am thankful that I do have my triples. Tell us a little bit more what you got.
So I had looked into whether I wanted to do an ultra wide or triples. The ultra wides were good, just didn't give you the wraparound feeling of a triple monitor setup. I ended up deciding to go with the LG Ultra Gear 32-inch curved. It's considered an ultra wide curved, but with the triple setup on it, it's so immersive I get lost at moments. It's more than I could ever imagine. I grew up in the Atari age, so to build off of that, had gotten a Fanatec 8 Newton meter wheelbase package deal with the pedals and a GT3 wheel, and then quickly realized with doing ovals that a GT3 flight yoke style wheel is not very conducive to being able to drive well on an oval. And then through some great events, get enough bonus money to be able to buy a NASCAR wheel and the Fanatec shifter to go along with it, the sequential and H pattern one. And it's more than I could ever imagine. Yeah, it's amazing what you can get for sensation and feedback from the hardware that's available now.
Definitely. I mean, I could say the same. Sim racing has come leaps and bounds in the last 5 years, let alone obviously been around for probably more than a decade now, full-on sim racing. I mean, getting on iRacing has been, it's been very challenging. I know that I get lose my cool sometimes with people on the official races, but I guess I can say probably all of us have had some kind of experience like that. So I guess here's something I'm curious about as well. Then I want to know about the official series that you do race. Are there any particular that you are almost, I would say, so I have a love-hate relationship with the Porsche Cup. I find that I really want to get good at the car or get up to speed in the car, but it is such a tricky, difficult car to drive that it's just frustrating half the time. So which series would you say stands out to you like that, and which other series do you find it pretty easy to get comfortable and on pace with?
I started with the road racing and kind of went rudimentary. Started at the beginning, went with the Miata. The Miata Cup, the MX-5 Advanced, where you can start having an open setup, really dipped in there, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. But like any official race, it's a hit or miss thing on what type of crowd you're going to be around.
Yeah.
So, like you say, you start to develop a love-hate relationship with the official series. But through that and through some events, even here at Action, it's such an emotional thing, racing, that we can lose track of the fact that it's just for enjoyment. I don't need to get very worked up about it. If something happens, it's racing. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so that's definitely one of them. The other one, of course, is the Porsche Cup. Porsche Cup, I'm really starting to really love that car, and the fact that you can drive it on a razor's edge. You can manipulate that car like the Miata. There are certain nuances to it that allow you to really feel the car when you're driving it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that being said, then, so we are currently running the three nights a week, Monday Night Madness, which is our ARCA series, which follows some of the oval tracks. Thursday nights are push rods and popcorn, which is we bring the push rods. The crowd that watches should bring the popcorn, as that's the intention of the name. And then another one would be the Bavarian Bash, because I anticipate a lot more physical contact in that series, being that it's safe. They're all I don't know about the ARCA series, but I know about the Thursday night and the Saturday night are fixed setups. So we're currently running those. We're about halfway through the season almost on those. But what is, to your knowledge, the next steps for Action Racing? I know we usually get to about halfway through the season. We start to open up some ideas as to what we're going to run in the next season. What's the scuttlebutt?
I think plan tentatively right now is going to be to keep the BMW M2s. Whether that stays on a Saturday or not, we're not sure. But things are definitely in the works for a Porsche Cup series. We're thinking 2 different seasons of it. We're thinking a North American season and then an international season, or the Americas style season. That way we can include some South American tracks. That's kind of where we're at right now. We would love to be able to see more drivers coming out. So we, of course, always ask for feedback. Anybody has suggestions or something they'd like to do. Tom has been gracious with allowing us to be able to use the platform that he's created to be able to, put these things out there to try to get people together that share the love of racing.
Absolutely. So I think that's a great idea. I think the 2 levels of involvement that people can get, being that one is going to be more of a professional series, but don't let it fool you. It's not about there's only pros allowed in there, but there's just different ways of how it will be. I would say the intentions of prize pool and the level of competition that we're striving for, but at the same time allowing room for people who are just getting their feet wet. Maybe sometimes people come in here. We had a youngster join us last week that probably hadn't had iRacing for more than a month and already was doing some league races with us, and kind of fit right in the sense that this is the place for people with no skill level if they feel that way. And then obviously if you're a pro, go race with the pros. But with more skill level and some more practice, you're also welcome here. So then we're talking about what happens next season. Is there any other formulas or categories that are also in the talks, or that people have mentioned to you at least, that we can think about in terms of future seasons?
At this point in time, it's kind of all up in the air. I don't have any other information. Tom has passed on some information about possibly some oval dirt track racing coming back.
Ooh, yeah.
Which I'm absolutely a fan of, slinging dirt. And there's always, the idea of holding some special events periodically throughout the year. We'd love to be able to get some feedback on that. If we, can get a couple special events to get some people together, and whether do a prize pool for it, do some giveaways or something like that, I think that would be great too.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom, do you have any thoughts on that? Have you heard anything else from anyone, that some series that are potentially on the books that people have been chomping at the bit for?
I'm glad you asked, Kyle. Oh my gosh! Now, you weren't here during the prize pool, but let me tell you, Scott is the king of the prize pool. I think he made all kinds of bucks off of the prize pool.
Good.
I may have done a little better than break even. I'll say that.
Some profit. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was awesome. Oh, and I've always loved the prize pool. I thought that was a great thing. The way it had worked in the past is, if we were racing on the ovals tracks, then it was 25 cents per incident that you would pay into the prize pool. If it was road racing, it was 10 cents per incident that you'd pay into the prize pool, and then half of that would go to the race winner of the next race. Okay. The other half of that went into a championship pool, and whoever won the championship and also the top three, the podium, it was all split between those three at the end of the season. And it was awesome. The only issue that we had with that is I made that prize pool optional. Okay, so
I see.
Yeah, so there were people who were not participating in the prize pool, but they were still racing with us. Okay, and so their incidents didn't count, but still the people they were running into were
paying.
They were paying into the prize pool because they had an incident at the end of the race.
I see.
Well,
I
want to change that. I have already created a format for a pro division of the Action Racing Series that is mandatory. If you want to be in the pro division, and I haven't discussed this with anybody yet. Okay, so this is breaking news right here.
Breaking news. All right.
Yeah. So what I would like to do is have an entry fee for the pro division. Anybody who's going to participate, pay $1 for an entry fee. Okay.
Gotcha.
Now, is that per race?
Per race. So if you're going to participate in the whole season, then you're going to pay $12 if it's a 12 race season up front.
Sure.
Okay. So we already know what the prize is going to be for the next race. Okay.
Okay. I like that.
Half of that prize, or that entry fee, will go into the prize pool for that race that we're racing in. The other half goes into the championship pool. Okay. And so the top three will get a prize, a cash prize at the end of the race. Those top three get a cash prize. And then at the end of the year, the top 10 get a cash prize.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So it's like more participation. It's to encourage more participation.
Right. Of course, it's going to be dependent on the prize that you get is going to depend on where you finish in the race or where you finish in the season at the end.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yes.
But that's what I'm thinking. Of course, this is a league of members, and the members run this league. So I'm always open to any kind of suggestions. But that's what I've got thinking.
Well, I like that. I think that's some really cool, innovative ideas there, Tom, and from the guys in the background that are not here tonight. But yeah, always listening to some of those conversations being had, and it's encouraging. So I guess this is the final week before week 13 pops up on iRacing, which also means that there are some big updates coming in the following weeks. Is there, on your side, Scott, any updates that you've seen or are aware of that iRacing is doing that you think is either overdue or excited for or cautiously optimistic about?
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see what they do with the Gen 4 NASCAR.
Yes.
It's
Looks
kind
big.
of the one I've been waiting for, yeah. So I'm excited to see what happens with it.
For sure. I think also another thing, too, is all the different sound updates that I'm really excited about. For example, some of the turbocharged cars will have a little bit more different tuning to the blow-off valve sounds, turbo sounds, and just overall engine sounds, like especially on the Indy car, which I'm still actually trying to get back into my B license for Formula cars so I can actually race them. But that is a fun series. I like to do road course racing in the Indy car. Tom, on your side, anything from the updates that are coming up in the next couple of weeks that you are paying attention to or excited for?
Yeah. Well, see, the track retirements are that's a pain in the butt for anybody who's trying to run a league, because especially if you've already scheduled some of those tracks. So I'm interested in okay, so we retire those tracks, but I'm interested in seeing how they have been updated, the brand new tracks that's going to replace them, you know?
Yeah, that's going to be a big deal, especially with, as you say, schedules that have been put in there. Another thing that I'm pretty curious about is to see the difference in all the rain that they have done, like the dynamic puddles, the dry line that's going to emerge. So you can go offline and there's still going to be a wet line and a dry line. Those kinds of physics are really going to be exciting. I think it's going to create some more drama in the races. I'm not necessarily much of a big wet race kind of guy, but hey, if there's some kind of a challenge out there, let's look into it. But I'm excited for some new tracks in the pipeline. Obviously, iRacing has mentioned that they've scanned Mexico City, they've scanned Miami Grand Prix. So there's some really cool and exciting tracks, at least coming up there. Any of those that you have a particular interest in, guys?
Well, you had mentioned that the rain is going to be the rain system that they have out there is going to be changed and stuff like that. Everybody in the league, in our series, they were all excited about the rain until it got here. Until it got here.
Yeah.
So
it needed some work.
So as soon as the rain got here, all of a sudden nobody wanted the rain anymore. So
I think the thing that's kind of thrown off a lot of people is the dynamic weather. When you get to an event or a race and there's like a 25% chance, and you think, okay, that seems like a pretty low chance, right? And then halfway through the race, it starts to just bucket down, and you think, oh, there goes my strategy. There goes my. I was in the zone. I got everything lined up, and it's like, nope, everything's out the window now. So obviously that's what really happens in real life. So you can't not plan for that, but at the same time, that I think that just throws a wrench in the works sometimes. But and some of the other updates, obviously some new tracks coming. Some rescan tracks, as you mentioned, the old ones getting retired.
Yeah, well, Monday night in the oval races on Monday night, I had complaints about the humidity levels on the track. Why is it always so? So we will come up. Members of the league will come up with new complaints as everything comes on, and they all come up with new problems.
Oh my goodness, that's always the best. Well, other than that, I just wanted to thank you, Scott, for the time tonight to come chat with us and spend some time on the Action Racing podcast. I know you are actually currently scheduled to get into another league race tonight, so without further ado, I wanted to just give you a special thanks and a shout out, and it was good racing with you tonight. All the best for the next race, and we'll see you at the Saturday night Bavarian Bash.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate everything you guys do here at the Action Racing Series. And Tom, congratulations on your retirement, sir.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and thanks a lot, Kyle. This is awesome. I appreciate you bringing us together like this, and we get a chance
Yeah.
to sit here and talk to each other about the Action Racing Series and iRacing.
No, absolutely. I'm excited for what's coming up, and I'm always excited. My whole family gets kind of rallied around me, and the crew as we do our league race night. We even have it on our time block calendar every week. We got league race Thursday nights, league race Saturday nights, and when we make plans and they sometimes get in the way of league racing, it's like a bummer, but that's life. So I'm appreciative of the community I have in you guys and the whole crew and everyone that's a part of this. So as you mentioned, it's the members that make the league. So it makes me want to keep coming back. So yeah, once again, I want to thank you, Tom, for putting this on and all the work you do for us on behind the scenes. You are the rock star behind the scenes. So we wanted to just give you a thanks. And yes, retirement looks good on you.
Thanks. There's no show without you. That's for sure.
Well, absolutely. Well, with that being said, we want to thank you guys for listening, and everyone else that's out there. Feel free to come check us out. We, as I mentioned, Monday nights, Thursday nights, Saturday nights. But that doesn't mean you can't just come check us out at any time and see what we got going on, and join the Action Racing Series and be a part of the action.
All right. The music, here we go. We're going to sign off, and thanks a lot, everybody.